Some people think Prince Harry told a scary story about a stalker just to help Meghan Markle. This happened at a big fashion show. It was not a very good situation for them to be in at all. Meghan sat in the very front row at a fashion show in Paris. She wanted to have a big comeback, but people in the room started to whisper bad things about her very quickly. It felt very cold. Meghan left the show with people making fun of her online. Something very weird happened in her car. The fashion world seemed to turn its back on her as soon as she walked in the door that day. At first, it looked like a great start with lots of flashing cameras. A duchess coming to a big fashion show is usually very exciting for everyone. It should have been a perfect day for her. Meghan walked into the show looking ready and very strong. But inside the room, the people were not acting happy to see her at all. They did not give her a warm welcome or any kind of cheer. There were no smiles from the big fashion names. People said the air in the room felt heavy and cold. No one was being nice to her, even though she was supposed to be a very special royal guest. There is a big difference between people looking at you and people liking you. Even the photographers seemed bored. They just did their jobs without any excitement or real energy for the pictures. Important fashion editors did not want to take pictures with her. In the world of fashion, who you stand with is very important. Since they stayed away, it sent a very bad message to everyone. People who used to work for Meghan are talking to the news now. They think they know her plans. One person said everyone in the room was being very careful around her because of her reputation. Nobody wanted to stand near Meghan at the show. People who loved to be seen with stars chose to stay away from her. They did not want to be in the same pictures with her for the magazines. Flying to Paris just to be ignored is a very big sign. Fashion brands want to know who is cool and who is not. They want to know who helps them look better to the people who buy their clothes. Sitting in the front row is supposed to be a big honor for a star, but for Meghan, it felt cold. She got quiet silence instead of people clapping or being excited to see her in person there. Inside the room, the people had already decided they did not like her. Outside, the photos looked pretty, but the fashion industry had already made up its mind about her and what she stands for. People are starting to compare Meghan to Kate once again. They always have this argument online. They want to know who is better at being a royal lady and who has better style for the public. Very bad rumors started backstage before the show was even finished. People were talking about things that had nothing to do with the clothes. It was a very different and mean kind of gossip. Many people kept saying the same mean thing about how she smelled. They said it was a mix of cheap perfume and lots of stress. It was a very embarrassing thing for her to hear from the crowd. That is a very mean thing to say to anyone, but it came from people who were very close to her in the room. They were so uncomfortable that they told others about it later that same night. People also said her team of helpers looked very tired. They were working too hard to fix things. Someone even made a joke saying the problem could not be fixed at all by any amount of work. In fashion, rumors about how you smell are very bad for your name. They follow you everywhere you go. The fashion world can be very mean and they do not forget bad things very easily at all. Most fashion mistakes are forgotten, but these rumors stick for a long time. The fashion world does not give many second chances to people they do not like or trust after a big event like this. There was no kindness from the crowd at all. The whispers started before the show was even finished. This timing was very bad for Meghan and her whole team of helpers who worked so hard. While Meghan sat there for the cameras, people nearby were saying bad things. They did not like her or want her there. She was not getting the star treatment she wanted from the fashion crowd. No one cared about the fashion by the end of the day. All the energy was spent on gossip. She wanted to be a star, but this was not the way she wanted to be famous in the city of Paris. Then people started talking about her outfit in a bad way. Experts in fashion noticed things that regular people might miss. They saw that something was not quite right with the way she looked. Her clothes were just borrowed samples from the brand. They were not made for her body. They even had the store tags on them and they did not fit her very well at all for the big cameras. Borrowing a sample means the brand did not care enough to fix the clothes for her. They did not treat her like a top star who needs to look perfect for the magazines and the flashing lights. Usually, fashion brands help stars look perfect for big events, but that did not happen for Meghan this time. It made people think the brand did not really support her or like her very much. The brand just let her wear the clothes for a few hours. This means they were not really partners with her. It was just a quick deal that ended as soon as the show was over on that day. One person said the brand just tolerated her being there. They did not treat her like a real queen. This means they put up with her but did not really want her around their big fashion show. Meghan tried to look happy for the cameras the whole time. From far away, it might have looked like she was winning, but the people close by saw a very different story about her behavior. Up close, it looked like she was working way too hard to belong. It felt like she was not really invited to the party. She was trying to act like a star who was chosen by the big brand. People called her a placeholder in the fashion industry. This means she was just filling a seat but was not a real star. It is a very cold way for a big industry to act toward a royal guest. The clothes had to go back to the store on Monday morning. This show was not a special or permanent thing for her. It was just a temporary moment that didn't last as long as she hoped. After the show, her car drove through a famous tunnel. This is the same place where Princess Diana died. This made the whole story feel very heavy and sad to everyone who saw the news reports. Suddenly, everyone was talking about the car ride instead of the clothes. It felt very strange to many people. They wondered why she would go through that specific place at that time of night. Her team said she did not know the place was famous for Diana. They wanted everyone to forget it quickly. They tried to say it was just a normal road to the hotel for her to take that night. But people did not believe her team's story. Meghan had studied Diana's life for a very long time. People know she has read many books and watched videos of Diana's funeral and life stories. Since she knew so much about Diana, people thought she must have known the tunnel. They were very surprised. They thought she might have planned to go that way to get more people to talk. TikTok videos showed up very fast that night. They put her car next to pictures of Diana's final moments. It was a very sad thing for people to watch and share with their friends and family. The fight online got very loud as people picked sides. Some thought it was a bold move. Others thought it was a sneaky plan to get more people to talk about her in the news that week. One person said it is wrong to act out a tragedy. This means using a sad story to make yourself look like a victim. People thought she was being very disrespectful to the memory of the dead. Many people felt she was not being kind to the memory of Diana. They thought she was using a sad story for herself. This made many fans feel very uncomfortable with her choices that night. This car ride through the tunnel made people see a pattern. They started to think everything she did was part of a big plan. They did not trust her words anymore after seeing that car ride. One fashion editor called it an obsession instead of just a brand. This changed how people looked at the trip. It did not look like a normal fashion trip anymore to the experts in Paris. People who loved Diana were very upset by this news. They felt a sad memory was being used for a show. They did not like seeing Diana's name linked to Meghan's drama in the city of Paris. A post asked why Meghan used that tunnel if Harry is so sad about it. Harry has said he is very hurt by that place. This question made many people stop and think hard about their marriage. Real sadness is very different from a show made for cameras. People felt the pain of the family was being used as a publicity stunt. They were not happy about it and said so online. Every time Meghan is compared to Diana, it seems to backfire. Instead of making people like her more, it makes them miss Diana. It shows how different they really are deep down inside too. Diana was natural and warm, but people think Meghan always has a secret plan to win. This makes it hard for people to feel a real connection with her like they did with Diana long ago. If people think you are always acting, they will not trust you. This makes things very hard in the world of fashion. You have to be real to be a star in a famous city like Paris these days. She always said the cameras were dangerous for her. She wanted people to feel sorry for her life. She said the press was trying to hurt her just like they hurt Diana many years before her. She said history was repeating itself, but people remembered that a network called CBS showed bad Diana photos. This made her choice of network look very strange to the people watching her. Meghan and Harry chose that same network CBS to talk to Oprah. People were very confused by this. Why would they pick the company that hurt his mother so much in her final moments there? Why pick the network that was mean to Diana? This made people wonder if she was being honest. They started to think she was just using Diana's name for her own goals and for more money. One person said being fake is the worst thing for a star. People started to look at her charity work more closely. They wanted to know if her help was real or just for a show for the public. Reports said her speeches were not even her own words. This made her look less like a leader. People started to doubt all the things she said in her public talks and her big charity work. People asked if her whole personality was just an act for the public. The picture of her was changing fast. People were not as sympathetic as they used to be when she first joined the family. By the third day in Paris, the fashion world was staying away from her. It was very obvious to everyone there. She was not being invited to the best parties or meetings with the designers. Big designers did not want to be near her at all. They did not want their clothes or brands to be linked to her drama. They wanted to stay away from the bad rumors that followed her around. This was a choice they made on purpose. They stayed on the other side of the room from her. They did not want to be in pictures with her or talk to her team of helpers in the lobby there. A photographer saw her stand alone in a lobby for a very long time. No one came over to talk to her at all. It was a very sad and lonely sight for a duchess to be alone in such a place. In fashion, who you stand with is very important. Since she was standing alone, it showed she had no friends left. The industry was not welcoming her as a partner or a friend that day. People called her empty chair energy online. The pictures of her alone were very hard for her fans to look at. It showed that she was not the star of the show as she had hoped she would be. An editor in France said Paris does not like people who pretend to be something they are not. This was a very bad grade for her big fashion trip to the city and her future in fashion too. Other famous people were told to stay far away from her. They did not want to take a risk by being in a picture with her. They were afraid for their own careers and their brands too now.